Now, there are a number of symptoms when it comes to heart disease and heart health. But there is one particular symptom that a lot of people overlook. So in this video, I'll be talking about that one overlooked symptom. Coming right up. So hey y'all, Aman here. You're watching Heart Limits, channel that talks about everything heart related. Now you might be asking, of course, kind of the point of this video, what is this one particular symptom that's overlooked? Well, simply put, it's actually your feet, or rather shoe size. I guess it's kind of the same thing. Well, some people actually wear shoes that are bigger than their feet, and some people wear the exact size, some smaller, just to say they're wearing a smaller shoe size. Anyway, to make it easier, the feet size, alright? I have no idea why I even did that. Anyway, now when we go into feet size, there is usually a general common thought that comes into our mind. And that is that when we reach a certain age, our feet technically, supposedly stops growing. Now for women, this is usually the case between the ages of 14 to 18, and for men, it's usually between the ages of 16 to 20. And usually it's when we reach, the age of 20, we have this thought that when we buy a shoe, it is technically somewhat an investment because it's a shoe that we can use for a long duration of time until the day we die. As long as, we kind of take care of it and everything. But in reality, it actually isn't the case. As we age, our feet, of course, as every part in our body, gets used up. With our feet, it's actually an interesting case. Because of how much we use our feet, how much, the wear and tear, the certain injuries that we've had before, certain, you twist your ankle or something, and also mainly because of how gravity acts upon your feet. Now, to help you imagine this, is actually quite simple now. Let's say this is your foot, right? Now, because of gravity, you're kind of like squashing your feet more and more. And the more you squash it, of course, technically, it kind of makes it a bit wider and a bit longer. So in that instance alone, actually in that instance also makes your feet grow bigger. But this usually occurs in a very quite, gradual process, not really something very abrupt. So there are times when our feet can actually just, abruptly increase in size, have some form of swelling, either, the whole general foot or even just the ankle area. And when this occurs, it could actually be a sign of a big complication. And the complications are as follows. Number one, when your heart starts to fail or, have some certain complications, the body actually tends to, build up some amount of water. And as a result, causes swelling on your legs, your feet, and your ankles. Number two is also when there is a certain reaction to a certain medication. Now, this applies to a number of medications, but the most common one is with a calcium channel blocker. It's basically a weaker form of a beta blocker, which technically serves to keep your heart rate in check, keep it lower your resting heart rate. But also, number three, it can also be because of a liver disease. Number four, a kidney disease. And number five, could be also because of another complication that basically requires a check. So, once again, Aman here, and you're watching Heart Limits. Now, keep in mind, if there is a sudden abrupt change on your shoe size, of course, I don't mean just because you place it in the washing machine, you washed it, that your shoe shrank. I don't mean that. But what I mean is, when you're wearing that normal shoe in its normal state, which suddenly becomes tight, that means, there's something that you need to kind of have checked. Alright? So, once again, see ya.